I'm here with Enrico Ronco, Project Manager of the Service Delivery Framework Collaboration Program at TM Forum, and also the Senior Project Manager with Telecom Italia. Enrico, we'd like to ask you today about the Service Delivery Framework and why it is important to the collaboration program, so maybe on a high level.
Okay. Well, the TM Forum began this initiative called the Service Delivery Framework about 1.5 years ago. At the very beginning, it was probably a bet, and then it became bigger and bigger. And what is important to say is that now probably it's one of the most important initiatives that the collaboration program is carrying out. It is really related to the definition of a framework that enables the rapid and effective delivery and management of next generation services, which are really application-based, session-based, content-based, where every service provider must not anymore work on his own, but they must work within an ecosystem where at the end of the day everybody should be cooperating with each other in order to deliver services to the customer. So this idea is rapidly, let me say, getting important, and we see that there are many companies that are following us. At the very beginning they didn't too much believe in it. Instead, now what we have is more than 300 companies subscribed to our program, even if the companies that are driving it are a bit less, I would say. So what we did, we at the beginning defined a reference model in which we could explain ourselves to the others, and then we defined which are the requirements that this framework would imply to the industry, to the service providers, to the vendors, to the system integrators. So now, at this moment, we are at the end of what we call phase 2, where we have had these requirements and these reference model. And we have also begun to establish a set of relations with various industry groups. You could mention OMA, you could mention Oasis and others, because we also understand that there are some specificities that we cannot take into account, and these other industry groups are doing a good work, so we have to collaborate with them. We cannot afford to spend any more money without being effective. So this is probably why we have also seen here at the event in Management World in Nice that there is one very important catalyst, the service indication catalyst. There is the initiative of the content encounter, which anyway gravitates along the, let me say, the world of the service delivery.
So Enrico, what is your role within the Service Delivery Framework Group? Why is Telecom Italia part of this?
Well, my role, as you said, is the coordinator or the chairman or the project manager of this initiative. And Telecom Italia believed in it because we understand that at a given point the customers are really changing, and we have to be careful in, let me say, serving them in what they want. So if you could even say, Telecom Italia has, let me say, seconded me to the program of the service delivery framework for a period, not forever, of course, because we have our own business, our own objectives, but this is also a testimonial of how Telecom Italia believes in this project, because they give a resource to the project which is allocated 100% on that. And I think that nowadays this is not so easy to see, let me say.
Right. And other than the service providers, is this an important group for the vendors as well, and the systems integrators and, you know, the other stakeholders?
Well, yes, of course, and I can tell you that specific vendors like Oracle, but here if I mention, surely I'm going to forget somebody, so don't blame me, but Oracle, IBM, Computer Associate are all in this let me say, group, and they really follow strictly, and sometimes let me say the discussions are even how can I say, fluid and evident. So because at the end they understand that what is important is really to deliver these management interfaces for these next generation services, because we have service delivery platforms, we have vendors which, let me say, are very good in preparing environments in which these next generation services can be designed, can be created, But at the end, what was missing was really the management aspect of these next generation services. And that's why TM Forum, let me say, at the end of 2006, began this project. And now, after a period of understanding each other, now the project is probably really going well and hopefully delivering what it's supposed to deliver.
And does this project build on the work with the ETOM and the SID, the Business Process Framework and the Information Framework?
Yes and no, in the sense that here we are really probably exploring a new dimension. And what will happen is that at the end, the ETOM, the SID should be probably modified in the light of the requirements that come from this service delivery framework. Like it or not, delivering a POTS service to which we are all probably familiar, or delivering a DSL, is not like delivering an application that is just loaded on my mobile where I can do something. I can create a profile for me and for my son, and my son can enjoy a service which is different than me. This is something that probably not everybody has yet understood.
So it's going to help with the customization of services down the road according to different profiles of users. And
it's going to help on the management of these next generation services, yes, or anyway, these application-based, session-based services, yes.
And so going forward, what's the TM Forum doing now with the SDF program? Any announcements or upcoming things?
Well, yes. At the moment, we will, let me say, at the end of June, we will close phase 2 of the program. And then it's not that the world finishes in phase 2. We have to continue. We have to build what we call an information agreement. This means the specification of the protocol neutral interfaces. We have to create relationships to improve the relationships with the ETOM and the SID in order for them to understand what we want them to, let me say, change in their own frameworks. And at a given point, we should really be delivering the specification of the protocol dependent, or the stage 3 specification of these management interfaces. So let me say that within a year and a half, this program should really have reached its maturity, let me say. We're still young.
Okay. Well, Enrico, thank you very much for explaining some of the tenets of the SDF program.
And thank you.
Thank you.